Hello YouTube, and welcome to the long-awaited 72-hour fast video. So it's taken me a little while to put this together because I not only wanted to make sure that I could film each and every day of the 3-day water fast, but more importantly, I wanted to share the results and not just give you the results the very first week I break my fast. To me, that's not really the test. It really comes, in my humble opinion, in terms of how you feel months later. So as you know, if you watch my 36-hour fast, I made that commitment back in March. And I did that in preparation for the 72-hour fast, which I started the very next week. So to recap, the reason I decided to do a 72-hour fast was because I wanted to recalibrate my body's set point. So let's talk about that for just a second. So what I mean by that is your body's set point is that number on the scale, that clothing size that you wear, that your body is comfortable with. But sometimes your body is comfortable with it because you've done a lot of yo-yo dieting. So when I shared my health journey with you, which remember, as a business consultant and coach, I'm not normally in the health and wellness space, but I've had more and more of my clients ask me about my health journey because I had been honest about struggling with my weight when I hit 40. I'm now 56, and I'm telling you, I got spoiled that before I hit 40, I could pretty much eat whatever I wanted and didn't really have to worry about it. Well, when all of that changed, I realized I needed to do something to feel more like myself, because I can't go around and talk about career confidence if I don't feel good in my own skin. And so I realized I needed to take some pretty drastic steps. And as you can see, we're in my kitchen. I thought you might enjoy that. You'll see me filming in my kitchen a couple of times during the video, but I thought, hey, at the very least for the intro, let's start in the kitchen. This is where it all begins. So 99% of the time, I have been an intermittent faster. I've done that over the past 2 years. I found intermittent fasting as my way out of this crazy yo-yo dieting. So I did a lot of research on it, and I came across some wonderful YouTube content creators like Dominique Saxa. Love her, and she has some wonderful videos about intermittent fasting, especially if you're in your 40s and 50s and beyond. I also started to follow the Daily Connoisseur. Absolutely love Jennifer and the videos that she puts out, and I love the way she eats because her style of eating is very European, French, just very continental, and I absolutely love that. With the exception of the fact that I may drink a little more wine. You never see her drinking wine. I need my wine every now and then. So I knew that intermittent fasting was a way to help me do all of that. So fast forward, I lose weight on intermittent fasting, and then it just seemed like as soon as I got off of that, and I ended up kind of just dismantling my best efforts. I'd done that for a little bit. Once I really committed to intermittent fasting and realized that I needed to also check my hormones, make sure everything was okay, drink more water, I realized that I was doing everything right, but that my body had gotten so used to going up and down, which is not healthy, that I needed to read a little bit more about the benefits of a prolonged fast. And that's how I came across folks like Tracy Hensel. She is a wonderful health and wellness coach. I just love her. I did her 3-week intense program. I'll be sure to include all these links below, by the way. I also had come across Autumn Bates, and I put her information in the previous video because I wanted that science-backed information about intermittent fasting. And then Tracy Hensel taught more about changing your set point, and that worked really well for her after she came back from a very luxurious vacation. So I was like, okay, we're about the same age. Let me check this out. Well, as a doctor myself, as a doctor of education, let me say, not a medical doctor, I respect the medical profession tremendously. So I wanted even more science-backed information. So I checked out people like Autumn Bates, but I wanted a medical doctor. Now Autumn Bates has some great information because she's a clinical nutritionist, has a master's degree in addition to that. But I wanted to also look at some medical research. So I came across quite a few physicians that had great results with the 3-day water fast in terms of stem cells, immune reset, all kinds of benefits. So let me explain to you a little bit about that. Okay, you guys, so since I was on a journey to make sure I had all the medical information if I was going to do a prolonged fast and get rid of my set point once and for all, which remember is the body's natural number. Natural not necessarily meaning good. I knew that for the past 16 years, my poor body had gone up and down, up and down. And when you're 5'1 3/4" on a good day like me, I knew I needed to be a smaller size to be healthy, to feel like myself, to feel like my fitness level reflected my energy and my personality. And by the way, the entire time I'm under the care of a doctor. My own father's a doctor, but I have my own medical doctor. So I had my tests, my blood, everything run to make sure I was healthy in all the other areas, that I didn't have high blood sugar or cholesterol issues or anything like that, okay? So I encourage you, no matter what you choose to do, to definitely understand you need your own medical advice, your own confirmation that you're on the right track and that everything is okay. So once I realized I was okay because I got that thumbs up from my medical doctor, I wanted to go on a longer fast. And this, I'm going to read to you some of these benefits, okay? I'm going to refer to the notes. This is a fabulous chart that you can download from Dr. Mindy Pelz. Her information will be in the show notes below. Okay, so this is why the 72-hour fast not only really appealed to me because again, it would reset my body's set point. So after all this hard work, I wouldn't naturally gain all the weight back like I had been doing every couple of years. Okay, so let's go over the benefits at different I wanted to say mile markers because I'm a former marathoner. Not mile markers, different stages of fasting, okay? So at different hours, what is your body doing? So Dr. Mindy explains it as like light switches going off, and that if you fast for a longer period of time, this is what you can expect. So if you fast between 13 and 15 hours, you get a human growth hormone. You've heard of HGH, okay? That's going to be released. You reduce inflammation. Fat burning begins. You increase ketones, and you're going to see me check my ketones throughout my fasting journey. So you'll see the results of that, and you get improved energy and focus. That's the regular intermittent fasting. Once you hit the 17-hour mark, now you're in something called autophagy. Autophagy includes lots of health benefits. Listen to some of these. Cellular detoxification. Okay, again, I'm a PhD, not a medical doctor. Cellular detoxification. Thank you. Cellular repair, improved immune function, and cancer prevention. Hello, how awesome is that? All right, once you get to the 24-hour mark, you're going to get everything from intestinal stem cell regeneration. You're going to get brain healing and autoimmune healing as well. How amazing is that? When you get to the 36-hour mark, which was the last fast I did, that one's also nicknamed the fat burner fast. And that's because oftentimes you're going to see that you're going to lose weight pretty quickly with that one, and oftentimes in your belly. So if you're struggling with belly fat. So with this one, you'll get reduced glucose stores. Okay, so you're no longer a sugar burner. You're going to get reduced insulin stores, increased fat burning, and anti-aging. Hello. 56 people. I'm going to be 57 in a couple months. So that really appealed to me as well. Okay, so let's move on. The next stage of fasting is the 48-hour mark. Okay, what happens to your body then? Well, you can expect a reset of your dopamine receptors, reduced anxiety and depression. How awesome is that? Again, anti-aging, and HGH increases, are you ready for this? By 500%. Hello, how amazing is that? Okay, now let's look at the 72-hour fast. Okay, we already know you're gonna reset your body's set point, right? But in addition to that, you're gonna have peak autophagy, complete immune stem cell regeneration, muscular skeletal stem cells produced, chronic conditions can be healed. We've seen results with that. And in addition to that, more accelerated healing. So you guys, as Dr. Mindy says, why would I not want to participate in the Mac Daddy of all fasts? And she literally calls it that. I absolutely love that. She also has an amazing support group, and I'll talk more about her free Facebook group in the video, so be sure to check that out. But you guys, that's the reason I'm doing the longer fast. Most of the time, again, I'm doing a 16-8 method where I fast for 16 hours and I eat for 8 hours. So I usually start eating around noon. I stop eating around 8 o'clock. That has been very, very helpful for me to lose over 31 pounds and keep it off for the past now year and a half. So I'm excited for you to take this journey with me. You're going to see days 1, 2, and 3 how I'm feeling. I'm going to take my ketones. So I actually purchased a blood meter. It was a quick, oh my gosh, I'll make sure I link that too. I was kind of concerned about that. I have a high tolerance for pain, but I didn't want something too painful. And this blood meter was incredible, called Keto Sense. Really easy, barely felt it, very, very accurate, much more accurate than, say, the urinalysis that you can do. So each day you're gonna see what my ketones are, how I'm feeling, what I'm drinking, what I'm not drinking, and things like that. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Make sure to let me know in the comments, how you're feeling about it. Let me know if this is something that interests you. Also let me know in the comments if you would like to see sort of like a day in the life in terms of what I usually eat when I'm doing intermittent fasting. I've not done the 72-hour fast since then, but I cannot wait to explain to you when I do the conclusion at the end of this video. I can't wait to share with you what my results have been these months later. So again, I did this in March. It is now July. And I'm telling you, I'm so excited with the results. Now, if any of this triggers you, anything about fasting or dieting, I even show you and talk about my clothing size, how much I weigh. You'll see me on the scale. If any of that bothers you, please don't watch this video. I want you to get the help and support you need, and I don't want any of this to be a trigger for you. And let me say something about getting on the scale. Normally, I would not be doing that. I used to have such a hang up about that number. And I still think weighing yourself a gazillion times isn't the healthiest thing. I personally did enjoy checking my weight regularly because I was feeling good and I saw the progress, but that worked for me. I was using an app called Noom to help me lose weight. It has nutritionists that work with you and health coaches, and just gave you a lot of good information about how no food is forbidden and how to balance your diet and things like that. And so they recommended taking the fear of the number on that scale out by confronting it and weighing every day. So I did that for a while, and I could see the logic behind it, but I think if weighing every day is a real trigger for you, it may not really be very effective. It could send you, into a spiral. So I'm sure the experts on that are divided, but it worked for me. And so as a result, I wanted to show you my results because that also reminds me that I'm in a much healthier place about food, about exercise, about weight. I now just feel great in my clothes, and I know that my clothing size, my measurements, like if I have fitness goals for my waistline or getting more muscular and toned, that's what I'm going to be focusing on now. So I'm in a healthier place as a result. But again, if any of that's a trigger, I totally get that. So me being able to show you the number on the scale shows for me personally that I'm in a much healthier place, because it's not about the number. It's about my health and my muscle to fat ratio and how that works for me, and my height and my age and all those things. So that's what I want for you. All right, you guys, I think that's a good enough intro, because I bet you're ready to see how things went day 1, 2, and 3. The question is, are you ready to take this journey with me? Let's go. Hi everyone, day one is here in a hotel room. This is not my house, you probably can tell that already, but it worked out so great, you guys, that my first day is me being super busy, where I'm not gonna be concentrating on the 3 days coming up. And I think day one's gonna go pretty well because I'm already used to the 16-hour fast. So let me finish kind of getting ready. I'm gonna go downstairs to the gym here at the hotel, so I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I've finished getting dressed and ready to go down to the gym. I know, I'm in makeup. You're like, really, Dawn? But I have a bunch of Zoom calls today. And so, again, wanting to stay busy, then I don't have to worry about it. I'm good to go. But yeah, I'm feeling really good so far, you guys. I love having some coffee. And on a fast, a long fast, you can have your black coffee. I usually do a modified fast, but when it came to this 3 day water fast, I wanted it to be as pure as possible. And what I mean by that is a modified coffee fast. So, there are videos, I've mentioned Autumn Bates before, that shows that, you can have a small amount of fat and calories. You just can't go over a certain amount. And so she's got some great videos about that. Well, I wanted to make sure that, oh, and by the way, and when you do that, it has to be 0 carbs, 0 sugar, less than 1 gram of carbs, protein combined, and all of those things. So just to make sure that I got the full health benefits of the 72-hour fast, I chose not to do that. So I have my coffee first thing in the morning, and now I'm enjoying a second cup. I just finished a bunch of emails. Again, staying busy is really important. And so in my coffee, I have that natural stevia. I'll show you the box later, maybe on day 2. But I have natural stevia and then a little splash of Jordan syrup. I'll show you that too. Again, it's 0 carbs, 0 sugar on all those things. And so it's a great way to sweeten my coffee without the cream. So I'm going to finish my coffee. I'm going to finish a couple of emails, and then I'm going to reward myself by going to the gym. Now, when I work out, my daughter and I do a 3-mile walk on the treadmill Monday through Friday. And so if I know that the 24-hour fast is not going to be as much of a big deal. Not only in the 36-hour that I did last week, was that preparation for the 72 hours. So I know I'm going to feel pretty good with the 24, but remember that I'm an intermittent faster on a daily basis, and I do the 16-8. So I'm used to 16 hours of being fasted. I'm just not used to not having my lunch at noon. So this will be really interesting. Okay, now I stopped eating super early yesterday. We had a really early dinner. So let me see kind of where I am on this. I feel like I'm already past the 16-hour mark. Your body can get used to that. So let me check. I use that app Zero, if I forgot to tell you. It's a free app, and I just love how I feel. Oh yeah, you guys, listen. This is how in tune I am. I told you it felt like I was past 16, so here you go. Can you see that? 17 hours, now 29 minutes and 1 second. So I'm 17 hours into my 24 hours. And like I said, by eating dinner super early, and knocking that out. And remember, all this week in preparation, I would have done the things I did before to prepare for the fast. So I reduced carbs and sugar. I made sure that I increased my protein. You never want to do a 3-day water fast just coming off of a huge vacation. It's great to do that, but you wouldn't want to do that next week. You'd want to spend at least a week or two increasing your protein, increasing your healthy fats, reducing carbs and sugar. Otherwise, you'll have horrible cravings, and you want it to go as smoothly as possible. So I followed those steps I told you about, that Dr. Mindy Pelz talks about on her YouTube channel and also on her free Facebook group. I'll give you more info about that. And of course, everything, the medical and scientific information and the YouTubers I follow to help me prep, I'm going to include in those show notes below. So just click on more to check that out. All right, you guys, so let's go to the gym. And again, I will just continue to check in with you and let you know how I'm feeling. Okay, guys, I just realized that I never got back on video to film how the rest of my evening went. The last time you saw me, I was at the hotel getting ready to go down to the gym. Yes, I had a fantastic workout. I continued to feel great. I continue to really get hungry only during the time I would normally eat. So as I suspected, I was so used to eating around noon, I felt it, but you guys, just for a little bit. So drinking the sparkling water, having hot tea, all those things completely satisfied me. So the 24 hours was not bad at all. I got a good night's sleep. And as you'll see on day 2, which is coming up, you'll see I'm still feeling great. So I can't wait to show you the film footage for day 2. But I had to jump back on and explain to you what happened. So I'll continue to do that during the video, you guys, as need be. So thanks for putting up with me and being patient. I'll see you for day 2. Hi there, you guys. I am running errands. I am feeling good on day 2. As you can see behind me, I'm at Mickey D's. No, I didn't get any food. I didn't even get any of their amazing coffees that I like because I already have some black coffee left over. I did have to go to the bathroom, so that is one symptom I am feeling is that I have to go to the bathroom a lot, but this is good. It's cleaning everything out, right? Which is part of what the 72-hour fast is all about. So I did grab a bottle of water from Mickey D's, use the restroom, and I'm going to finish my errands. I'm on my way home so I can fix myself another iced coffee, and I'm going to put a package of Element in there. So I'll show you that when I get back to the house. But yeah, you guys, I've not felt tired. I did want to do an iced coffee, another cup of coffee. I've had 2 cups of coffee this morning. I just didn't want to run the risk of not feeling very energetic because I'm actually going to go visit my beautiful stepdaughter and our 2 granddaughters, and they live about an hour away. So I'm getting ready to face a 2-hour commute, and I'm like, golly, I'm 43 hours into my fast, so I don't want to take any chances of feeling lightheaded. I have not felt lightheaded. My energy's been really good. In fact, I gave a presentation this morning and one of my best girlfriends was on the call, and she knows I'm doing the 72-hour fast, and she reached out to me afterwards and said, oh my gosh, you did a great job. Unless you were starving, I could not tell that you'd been fasting that long. So I'm like, yes, okay, good. The only symptom I've really have had, and you're going to be surprised by this because I'm wearing this jacket, okay? The weather really turned today, so it's freezing. And I had actually heard that when you get to day 3, many times you get colder. And that's not happened to me. Actually, the opposite is true. You might think, why are you wearing the jacket then? Again, the weather is so much colder. But I'm actually feeling really hot. I know there are other YouTubers that talk about how when you're in that fat burning mode, that you kind of get this bubbling sensation under your skin. I've not experienced that, but I'm really hot. Now, as you know, I'm 56 years old. I don't lie about my age. You might think, Dr. Dawn, you're just having a hot flash. Just get real. I promise y'all, it's not a hot flash. I'm on medication for that. So unless this is overriding my meds, I don't think it's really that. I think it's because I'm in the fat burning mode. Yes, my ketones are really awesome. So I'll insert the number right here for you. And remember, the closer you get to 3, if it's 1.5 to 3, you are in that fat burning mode. So I'm so excited about that. I have been checking my weight every day to see if there's a difference. Remember, I'm not doing this for weight loss. I'm doing this for those health benefits I talked about. So yeah, within one day, I've actually lost 2.1 pounds. I'm sure it's going to come back. So I'll weigh myself, you know, just as an experiment to see what my body does on day 3. And also when I start eating again, I'll weigh myself then too. And then I'll probably hop on and just give you a quick update about all that. Okay, you guys, I'm on my way home now to fix that iced coffee. I've got to get my electrolytes replenished. And then I'm also probably going to have some more of this amazing sparkling water that has definitely kept me full. And right now, the only time I'm experiencing hunger is during those times when I normally would eat. So fingers crossed it continues to go well. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hey guys, just a quick update. I am here in my kitchen fixing some things to drink, and I thought I would show them to you. So I'm 42 hours into my 72-hour fast, so just 30 more hours to go. Woohoo! This is some sparkling water that was recommended to me by another YouTuber, Italian sparkling water. This one is by Whole Foods. I really love the taste of this because it's not as bitter, in my opinion, as like Pellegrino, although I love Pellegrino, Perrier. I just kind of like this a little bit better. So I am putting it in my trusty water cup. You've seen this before. And then I thought I would have some iced coffee for this afternoon for that trip I was telling you about. So I brewed some extra coffee this morning. I put it in the fridge. I'm pouring this over ice. So it's just black coffee. And then let me go get this real quick. I'll be right back. I'm going to show you something I'm flavoring it with. Okay, I've talked about this. Let me show you. Hang on. Okay, you guys, I'm back with a couple of things. So as you know, I've talked about Element. Okay, they're not sponsoring this video, just highly recommended to replenish your electrolytes. So this is the unflavored one. I did the watermelon salt yesterday. I'm going to see how this tastes. I'm putting the unflavored electrolytes in here, and then I'm going to flavor the coffee with this one packet of New Naturals. I couldn't remember this the other day. This is the more natural version of stevia. This was recommended on another YouTuber I follow who I love, Dominique Saxa. She uses this, and I like the taste of this better than stevia. So I thought I'd put one packet of that in here, and then I'm using this Jordan's Skinny salted caramel syrup. Now, it will break your fast if you use NutraSweet. That's how come I can't use Splenda, although I love the taste of Splenda. I've triple checked everything on here. It's not using NutraSweet. It's using the same artificial flavoring as stevia does, stevia in the raw, as well as this. So I'm putting just a capful in here. Let's see how it tastes. All right, I'll be right back. But let's see how it tastes. I haven't tasted this yet to see if I can recommend it. Oh, wow, you guys, that is really good. In fact, next time I might go a little lighter on this. I thought a capful, because a capful is so little considering the size. It may even be a little bit too sweet, but I love that it's masking the saltiness of the Element. So I wanted a little salty, right? Because that's why I chose the salted caramel. I thought that would be a great flavor. So again, I just have black coffee, ice, one package of the natural stevia. And and maybe that's what's making it a little bit too sweet, because this really has a great sweet taste. I love it. So I could do half a capful next time, but this is great. This is going to give me the caffeine boost I need to make this trip, this 2-hour trip. So yeah, I'm looking forward to enjoying this in the car with my book on tape. Okay, I'll hop on later and let you know how the rest of the evening's going. Talk to you then. Hi, everyone. It is day 3. I cannot believe it's day 3, you guys. I kind of feel like it's day 3, but not in a bad way. I woke up this morning, checked my ketones, and you guys, I've been inserting my results. You're not going to believe what my ketones are today. My ketones are 5.3. I thought the most I would get would maybe be 3.0. So to know I am in such a fat burning mode is crazy to me. Now, I've also been checking my weight. As you know, I'm not doing this for weight loss. And wow, it's so great to be able to say that after struggling with being up and down in my weight for so long, to know that I finally got to my goal weight, and I'm just, working on staying within this window so that I can just be relaxed about it, and for one, stay in maintenance for more than a year or two. That's the goal, people. That is the goal. But anyway, to know that I'm doing this for the health benefits, but I just wanted to see what my body would do. So, as you know, I took my weight. I was right at my weight goal, actually just a little bit under it. And then on the very first day, I lost 2.1 pounds. Today, I lost another pound. So, over the 3-day water fast, I have, I guess, basically lost a little over 3.5 pounds if you were to add it all up. That much within these 3 days. But that just really shows that I'm in ketosis, that I'm in fat burning mode instead of sugar burning, and all those other benefits. So, today, I would say, has been a little bit of a struggle in terms of feeling a little bit more tired this morning. I'm feeling very focused, and my energy is actually better now. What time is it? It is 12:46, and so I have to say my energy this morning was a little off. I take a supplement for sleep, magnesium, and I take melatonin, and I almost felt a little bit this morning like the coffee was almost making me a little nauseous. I don't know if it's because of the supplement on an empty stomach and all the coffee. As you know, yesterday I had a couple of cups of coffee and I wanted to make sure that I had enough energy to go visit my granddaughters. And that worked out great, you guys. I had enough energy. And I've got to tell you this, I had enough strength to turn down the most amazing pastries that my son in law brought. As a surprise, they didn't know I was doing the water fast. They wanted to surprise me with this incredible Oreo brownie, and you guys, Oreos are like my favorite cookie of all time. I love all cookies, but there's like never a bad time to have an Oreo in my opinion, okay? And this bakery is so decadent. They have these homemade cannolis that are incredible, and then they had some folks that were bringing some food over. The enchiladas, the chicken enchiladas smelled so good. How I was able to turn this down, I'm not really sure. I think it's just because I kept in mind what my big picture why was. I wanted my body to experience all these health benefits that happens each day that you stay in the 3-day water fast. That's the only way. That plus I promised myself that later tonight when I break my fast, after I go through that 4-step process, I am following Dr. Mindy's 4-step process. So I talked about that in the intro. So when I break my fast, I'm going to just very slowly break it. And then as a treat, after I break my fast, the healthy way, I'm going to have like a section of that brownie. And then I'm going to enjoy the other part of that brownie tomorrow. So when I tell myself I can have that treat, I'm just having to wait just a little bit, I'm able to say no. Because I didn't leave it there. I did not. I made sure that I packed all the food. I brought the enchiladas, the black beans, and all that to my husband so he could have that dinner last night. And then I brought him a cannoli and I've got that Oreo brownie. So, we are good to go. Now, he did eat that dinner in front of me. He did ask if it was bothering me because he was willing to go eat it in the other room. It did smell really good, and I just didn't wanna do that to him, so I kept sipping on my element and just, again, thinking of that big picture why. I did find myself wanting to go to bed early so that today could come, but we ended up watching back-to-back episodes of one of our favorite new shows, Perry Mason, and so I just didn't have the heart to say no because the next episode we knew was going to be really good. So anyway, yeah, this morning, you guys, the only feeling that's a little different is I was a little tired this morning. I couldn't finish my cup of coffee. It just wasn't settling well in my stomach. And then I knew it was probably time to replenish my electrolytes. So they do recommend that you have, one packet a day, maybe more if you need it. My stomach can get really sensitive to things. So I thought one packet was great. And since I used Element in my iced coffee yesterday, which was amazing, as you know, I decided to use the watermelon salt. That's the one that does not break your fast because the combination of the protein and carbs is less than 1 gram. So, yeah, other than that, you guys, I'm feeling really good. I'm getting ready to go to the gym. It's raining today, so I can't do my 3-mile walk outside. Oh, and that's another thing. I have continued to work out. Yesterday, I ended up having to do a rest day only because of the way the day played out, but I am on my way to the gym. I'm going to do my 3-mile walk and then my weightlifting. On the first day of the fast, I did that as well. I got to walk outside and then I went to the gym and did my weightlifting. So my daughter kind of designed this great weightlifting routine for me that works different body parts every day. So today I'm going to just see how I feel. I have to make sure I'm listening to my body. That's so important. And, just kind of take it easy, right? So if I'm feeling out of breath or lethargic or anything like that, then I'm going to just listen to my body. That's the reason I've been measuring my ketones. And like I said, my ketones are now 5.3. So they say the danger zone is 7.0 and above. So I'm keeping a close eye on that. I'm not going to push it. Now, I'm happy to report that as of right now, let me take a look at this. Da da da! Can you see that? I am 65 hours and 27 minutes in, you guys. So that means I'm about 7 hours away. That to me sounds like so little, but I know when I first started intermittent fasting, I was so used to eating 2 to 3 hours, every 2 to 3 hours having something, that if anybody was to tell me, "You have to go 7 hours without eating," I would be like, "What? Who does that?" Okay? Because back then I thought I had low blood sugar because I would get shaky, I would get hangry if I didn't eat more often. Well, once I started drinking my gallon of water and just really listening to my body, I realized the hunger would go, and it would always come right around the time that I normally would eat. So that's that hunger hormone that you may have heard about. I'm probably mispronouncing it, ghrelin, anything like that, right? That's the hunger hormone. So during the 3 days, you guys, including today, I have not felt any hunger. And yesterday, I was just hungry a little bit during the times that I normally would eat. Other than that, my stomach has growled, but it hasn't made me feel hungry. I can feel things kind of moving about. So I know that's all these amazing health benefits with the 72-hour fast. I'm really just so excited that I can do this. I feel like I'm right there at the finish line now. You never know. I still have 7 hours. So I'll hop back on and give you an update on how things go after my workout. And then I'll hop on here probably at the very end, probably tomorrow, and just let you know how my body did with the food and kind of where I'm going from here. So anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in to today's update, and I will see you later tonight. All right, you guys. So here is the conclusion of this experiment called the 72-hour fast. I thought you might like this aesthetic behind me. This is my patio, and my husband and I love being out here. We are actually so high up. I don't know if you can tell from the film footage that you see the tops of the trees there. So it's like living in a treehouse, which is kind of fun. So it was pleasant enough out here. I thought it'd be fun to film the end of the video out here and just give you a quick recap. So you guys, I'm excited to announce that here it is 4 months later, and here are the results. I am exactly the same weight. I checked my weight again this morning. I think I am 6 ounces over my lowest weight from before. So just right at 129 pounds. That feels good to me. I know my range basically is from 127 to 132. Maybe over time I'd feel more comfortable going a little higher or a little lower, but this feels good to me. I feel healthy. All of my test results show that as well. I have the energy that I was looking for, and I'm continuing to eat everything that I want, including handcrafted fancy cocktails and desserts. In fact, my husband and I have a amazing indulgent carrot cake that was so big and delicious that we did not leave the rest of it at the restaurant. We actually brought it home, and we're going to have that for dessert tonight. So here it is all these months later. That's why I didn't want to release the video immediately. I did want to take obviously live footage of my progress, but I wanted to make sure I could report back to you and let you know that my body isn't fighting against me anymore. So I wanted to again wait a little bit so I could report back to you and let you know, is my body continuing to fight against me? It is not. We continue to go out all the time. I have girls' night dinners where I'm having wine and martinis and yes, salads and things like that, but lots of indulgent food as well. Many times my friends and I will split dessert, so nothing is literally off the table. So I'm just so excited with the results, you guys. I would really recommend a 72-hour fast. Now, let me tell you what I did to break the fast. All right, YouTube, here is a quick recap of how I broke my fast. I used Dr. Mindy's 4-step process of breaking a longer fast. So step 1, something to prepare your body for your food. So I chose bone broth. I used Kettle and Fire bone broth. I'll put a picture here so you can check that out. It was a great way to just kind of coat my stomach and prepare it for step 2. Step number 2 was to eat something that had like yogurt, all the nutritional benefits of a yogurt type of food. So that's exactly what I had. I had high protein vanilla yogurt with blueberries. I'll put a picture here. That's one of my favorite meals actually to break my fast with. And in fact, I usually use this yogurt and blueberry combination pretty much every day when I'm intermittent fasting. So that was an easy step 2 for me. And then moving on to step 3 was to have something that had a lot of fiber in it. So I decided to heat up a plate, or it might have been a bowl, of steamed vegetables. I chose broccoli. That's what I chose to break my fast with. It was fantastic, and I was ready for step number 4. Step number 4 was to have high protein with healthy fat. So I chose to have grilled chicken. I heated that up. In fact, I probably talked about this in the 36-hour fast as well, but I did grilled chicken that I heated up. I put cheese, shredded cheddar cheese, melted that on top, and then sliced avocado. It was fantastic. Now, you guys, you separate these steps by, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour in between. And by doing that, I'm telling you, I felt great. I didn't have any stomach issues. I wasn't overfull. I wasn't starving. I felt wonderful. And to wrap it up, you guys, I would highly recommend the 72-hour fast. It is the Mac Daddy of all fasts. And because I chose to do this, you guys, I definitely can show you 4 months later now that my body did recalibrate. It's not fighting against me anymore. It has stayed within my weight range. It's done that, and it's done it easily. Like I said, when I checked my weight before, I gained a total of 6 ounces, you guys. I'll put some pictures in where you can see the kind of food I'm eating, the kind of craft cocktails I'm having. I'm enjoying date nights and dinners with friends, all of those things. So I feel great. I would highly recommend it. Now, I'm probably going to do this once a year. I'm probably going to do the 24-hour fast once a month just to get the health benefits. I may do the 36-hour again. That was really easy for me after doing it the one time. So I feel prepared, but most of the time, my strategy is to enjoy intermittent fasting. I hoped you enjoyed this recap of my very first 72-hour fast. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.